If somebody is watching this and they want to get started, what do they do? What's their first step?
If they're watching this program, they can just simply call me. I do practice dentistry, so if I don't respond right away, within a couple hours you'll hear from me. But call my cell phone, tell me you saw me, you want to get started, you want more.
You love talking about this.
I love this. This has become my second career.
So you'll take their call in the office, spend some time with them.
I will take their call in the office if I'm not seeing patients. I set aside time to talk to them, find out what their pain is, as we call it, and help them get a better reputation online.
Is this one of those things where you're at home scratching your head? It's like, why don't more people get this? It's so easy.
I always wonder why more dentists don't buy this program, and why because we speak to 50 or 60 or 100 dentists at these shows that we go to, and 20 people buy it, and we always talk about why afterwards, and a lot of times we don't know. I mean, some of them are just pleading ignorance.
They just don't believe it.
They don't believe, or they're too worried about changing things in their office. They're too worried about asking patients for reviews. I mean, these are the things that I hear. I mean, this is not hard. To be successful with our program, the only thing that you need to do is ask your patients to give you feedback in the office. If you can do that, and you also allow us to post to where we want to post, and you give us access to those sites, the software does everything else. You don't have to do anything else at all. Simply ask your patients. Have your team ask your patients. 1 or 2 a day is ideal, and then you dominate online.
And I will tell you, because I deal with, my typical client, $1 million+ practice, right? $4 million practice. They all do it. The guys that are struggling, that when I call their office, they answer the phone. They're the ones that say, I would never do something like that.
Well, the very first slide I showed...
It's interesting. I think it's in their heads.
It is. But the thing I want to beat into dentists' minds is the first slide I show at my seminars. And I leave a slide up there, and it says reputation, and then it's social media and pay-per-click advertising. Is that you don't have that foundation for reputation, nothing that you do for marketing or advertising is going to work. And I truly believe that the most valuable asset that an office has is their reputation, and they can't control it. And they need to take control of it to get the new patients to come into their office.
Interesting. Because in every business book that I read, reputation is everything. And you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do, they say. So do you think now, because of the online digital economy, you have a name for it, that reputation in the next few years is going to be more important than ever, and that's why right now is the best time?
Well, right now is the best time, and I can tell you, I was just reading an article, and I read a ton of reputation articles, is that it was written by Forbes that they think reputation is almost as more important than a credit score for an individual.
A credit score?
More important than a credit score nowadays. You know how important a credit score is. Reputation is just as valuable, and I believe that reputation matters. So just on a final note, I actually have a blog that I started called Reputation Matters. And because it's about reputation matters, and reputation matters. So it's a double entendre. So if the listeners want to, check what I have to say out, it's
How do they find that?
reputationmattersblog.com.
Okay. And then I'll receive your blog.
And I usually post once a week on some story related to reputation, or even my real life stories in my office of how things have manifested. Patients have come in and real life stories that I want to.
Do you have a place on your website somewhere that every one of these good reviews is logged?
Yes,
on
we
your
do.
Website?
Yes, we do.
And you'll do this widget or whatever the heck you're doing on everybody's website?
Everybody's website. So they get a little badge that says we have 555 reviews. And I can tell you in my office, and we've used our new software for about 11 months now, almost 12 months. So it's almost a year old, the new software. 45,000 people have actually gone to our review page from our site. That's how many people have gone to the review page from our site.
Nice. You don't see that on websites
no.
very often. The #1 ranked guy here in San Diego, the guy we were talking about earlier, on his website, he's got all these reviews. You can't help but look at them.
The other thing that we do is for the patient testimonial tab on the website is we give them a feed which shows all the reviews. Okay, but what makes it stand out is it actually tells you where the source is. So it says this review from Janet was found on Google, or this review from Bill was found on Yelp.
Nice.
That's powerful. It's more credible. Instead of a dentist who says, read our testimonials, and they type this stuff on there with no source. It could be John Smith or Joe Schmo doing it. Nobody knows who they are. In this case, we are putting the source on there so they can actually see they're coming from real places. That's the key.